What up, everyone? Here on the channel, we talk tech and we talk security. And those are two of my big passions. I love talking tech. I love protecting families. I love protecting business owners. People don't realize I have a third passion, and that's cleanliness. I'm a big-time neat freak. People that know me kind of laugh at me because they see me in all these crazy situations, especially people I used to work with in my old loss prevention job. Go back on the channel and check out some of our crazy shoplifter stories from my loss prevention days. But they see me in those crazy situations with shoplifters running through neighborhoods and putting my life in danger, and then they find out I'm a neat freak. And then I'd be all about something like this vacuum right here. Well, vacuums can be tech, and they can be part of the smart home. People don't realize the smart home doesn't have to be smart assistants and things like that. Sometimes it just needs to be something that makes your life more convenient. And so today we're talking about this Dyson. Like I said, I'm all about a good vacuum cleaner. I'm just a complete neat freak. Love to keep this place clean, love to keep my shop clean. I go into some of these houses, it just blows my mind how some people live. No offense to any of you out there, but come on. Real men can vacuum. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to unbox this bad boy. This is the Dyson Outsize Absolute Plus. It's kind of their top of the line handheld vacuum. And we're going to unbox this and kind of give you an initial review. So let's get started. Happy New Year, everyone. George Langabeer here with SilverHammer Surveillance. Again, we're talking about the Dyson Outsize Absolute Plus. We're going to unbox it, and then we're going to give you an initial review. So let's get right into it. This is $899 if you buy it from Dyson. Then you can also get a stand, which we've got here, which I'll show you completed. I won't bother putting that together or unboxing that, but I'll show you what that looks like at the end. And then you can get some extra accessories with it. But the key thing about this is it's kind of like it's a stick vacuum, which my biggest problem with Dyson is I love Dyson fans, I love Dyson equipment, I love pretty much everything Dyson. I love their upright vacuums, but I've never found a stick vacuum that didn't fail me. And so it's been my constant quest. I've been researching this, I've been trying to find this, so I'm hoping this bad boy right here doesn't fail me because the stick vacuums are so convenient. The handheld vacuums, again, real men vacuum, and I vacuum a lot. And I want something that's going to fail me. I like something that gets me in the nooks and the crannies, but I also don't want to have a cord because I am a smart home guy after all. I don't like cables and I don't like cords. So I'm hoping this thing doesn't fail me. But the key thing about this is the head is almost the size of an upright, and then it's got this big tube as far as the contents is much bigger than your typical upright. So those are the key advantages of this. Plus, it's got an LCD screen, and anyway, let's get to it. So you got your documentation, activate your warranty. Now you've got different heads here. I'm going to just refer to this because some of these, I am a clean freak, but I'm not the guy that would know all these heads. So we're going to have a laser slim fluffy cleaner head. Now that one is one of the other cool features of this vacuum is it's got a laser head. And it's supposed to see micro-size dirt and emphasize it to where you can really get in there and clean it up. And then it's got the high torque XL cleaner head, which is the normal head, which is the bigger one that's almost like an upright. It's got a hair screw tool, a crevice tool, which is one of my favorites, gets on all those nooks and crannies I just talked about. Combination tool, which is great I actually use it to dust. It might be a dorky thing to say, but man, I use my vacuum to dust. Mini soft dusting brush, so those can be great for cars and things like that. And then you've got a stubborn dirt brush for that stubborn dirt. A wand clip, which I'll show you once this is put together, it kind of holds some of your attachments on the vacuum, which is cool. Comes with one docking station. So, you know, they're selling a stand, which I'll show you at the end, but you don't technically need it. And I think some people are confused by that. So this does have a docking station inside, so keep that in mind. And then it's got the charger that goes on that docking station, and an additional charger and an additional battery. So for the $899 price, you get the 2 additional batteries, which can be handy. So they're saying about 45 minutes of runtime on a battery, but it's always nice to have that extra battery when you need it. So we got the crevice tool, combination tool. Is that fine tool for like vehicle and stuff. I believe this is the laser tool. Yeah. So there's a little laser on this bad boy, which we'll experiment with here in a minute, but it gets all that little stuff that you don't normally see with the naked eye. And a whole lot of extra stuff. What do you think, Tracy?
So far, I'm pretty impressed with it.
You know how excited I am about cleaning anything.
From what you've told me, they have corrected their errors of their previous ways when it comes to their handheld.
Yeah, we've had some handhelds that basically there's a problem with the motor or something where it just starts and stops and starts and stops. And every single, I've probably had 5 of them where it's done that. I've always thought that maybe it's going to stop, but it always seems to be when you got the longer wand that it happens. Because if you just got the short handheld, I don't have the problem. But when you have this right here, it seems to have the problem. So, yes, they do seem to, they do claim that they've fixed a lot of that.
The bagless canister being that large, I think also helps so that it doesn't get overworked with what it's in the canister.
Right, because when we have had those problems, they've always told us that we need to just clean that out, and then cleaned it out and it still doesn't help, but yes. So let's hope that does help. So you got an extra battery, and then you've got the regular battery here. Oh, and speaking of being a neat freak, doing this right here is torture because I'm doing it and I immediately want to just go and clean it up, and I just might as well just be stabbing myself in the heart right now. But
it won't stay there long.
It won't stay there long, trust me. All right, so this is that full-size head, which basically almost makes this handheld cordless like an upright. So you can kind of see how big that is. You know, I don't know if you've ever used a Dyson handheld before, but it's just very small compared to this. This is pretty hardcore.
Is that a mini rollerball?
Yeah.
So our upright had a rollerball.
Kind of the Dyson rollerball technology. Yeah.
Yep.
Gets you all those cool angles. It's fun for a second, but then it just gets in my head that that's over there, and I just want to just, I don't know. All right, so there's one of the chargers. So basically, you can put one of these in the stand or in the charging base, and then you mount that on the wall, and then you can have a separate one just chilling in an outlet to power your second battery. And then we're still got more tools. Down there. Yeah. All right, so you got your mounting tool for your charging base, and then this just clips on here like so. And then you run your cord through there, which we'll show you once it's mounted on our stand. But you got that. There's a lot of cardboard in this. There we go. But yeah, that canister is like the size of one of their uprights. So if you've ever had one of the stick vacuums or the handhelds, this is usually much smaller. So let's hope that solves the problems. You got an LCD screen. And the other thing I like about these is they got the projectile exit as far as when you're dumping this stuff. So, you know, I don't know if you've ever used a Dyson like this before, but dust seems to fly everywhere because, you know, it doesn't always project into your trash can, but this will projectile it into the trash can and kind of solve that dust problem.
So, George, we've been talking about the size of everything being bigger. Does it seem to weigh more?
It does seem to weigh more. The uprights, or the sticks are usually pretty light, and this does feel, I mean, yeah, it's pretty substantial. But, I mean, no different than vacuuming with an upright vacuum. But you still got the portability of having a battery, but you're going to have the power full-size vacuum. At least let's hope so. That's kind of what we're here to do, is kind of get that initial review and see if it's going to live up to my neat freak expectations. All right, so that's it. Everything in the box. Forgive our mess here. We're going to go clean it up real quick. And then we're going to put this thing together and give it a try. Okay, got our mess cleaned up. Let's put this bad boy together. All right, so it already comes with one of the batteries on there. And then if you want to replace the batteries, you just quick release it. And so it's very easy to release. And we're going to go ahead and put the wand on. Simple click. And then I'm going to start with this laser because I want to know what it's all about. And that's it. And then obviously you can just take this off. You can put any of these attachments without the wand, or you can put the attachments at the end of the wand. But yeah, that's it. And then you can put this on here, and it will hold some of your other attachments.
Wow, that's so simple.
Very simple. So once you get all this stuff out of the box and get rid of all that cardboard that is no longer with us, thank goodness, pretty easy. All right, let's go put it in the stand over here. I'll kind of show you how it docks. We'll go through some specs and then we'll actually try it out. Okay, so it comes with the charging dock that you can just mount on the wall. It's pretty simple. You just put 2 screws on there. You route your cable through it. They do offer this stand, which kind of does make this thing look like art. It's normally $150, but right now they have a special when you buy this thing for the $8.99. You can get this for $49.99. I think a lot of people out there think that this is necessary the way they kind of market it, but just know that the charging stand is in there and you do not need this. But we got it anyway just to check it out. So all we did was route our cable through there and put this, it just was put on the top, put on the bottom base, and then your vacuum just rests in there. You get your charger indicator, the LCD. Tracy, want to get a close up on that? Gives you a nice little charging indicator. Now they do recommend that you have this at 100% after your first charge, but we're going to go ahead and try this bad boy anyway. But yeah, this stand's pretty cool. And I mean, depending on your color scheme and your place, you know, it's not too often that a vacuum can be a cool decoration, a decorative device, but this one almost pulls it off. I don't think this is where we're going to keep this, but anyway, for demonstration purposes. So let's go through some of the specs. All right, let's talk about some specs. Now, I'd like to tell you that I have all this memorized, but I'm just a security guy, so come on. Actually, no offense to security people, we're all very intelligent. But anyway, I'm going to just read through this because I don't have it memorized. All right, so let's start with the all the different attachments we already talked about. Then we got the laser slim fluffy cleaner head. Now that's the head with the laser on it, and we're going to show that in a minute. But basically, that just gets the micro dirt that you can't see with the naked eye. That's going to light it up, and it's probably going to be a little scary, especially for a neat freak like mine, for me. But that cleaner head, that's what that's for. So it's more for hard floors where you can actually, you know, you're going to have more of a view of the dirt. All right, full-size bin means less emptying. So we've got this full-size bin, the size of an upright. So it's going to have more capacity, so you're going to have to empty it less often. It's going to be better for like a bigger house where you can just go through it, no problem. But it's nice to have that bigger bin and all these kind of normal upright features. Up to 120 minutes of runtime. So that's nice if you got a bigger home. That gives you plenty of time to get through the whole thing. You got that LCD screen up here to tell you how much time you have left, so that's cool. Hair screw tool. So this is for pets. It's supposed to be specifically designed for that hair and for the ladies, like Teresa and Delaney here in our household. Sometimes I'm surprised their head doesn't look like mine because there's a lot of hair in this thing every time I vacuum here. All right, so we've got 3 different modes. And I kind of will tell you the right mode for each kind of, you got eco, which is kind of to save the battery and for a light cleaning. You've got auto, which kind of gives you that sweet spot for, you know, some decent cleaning and kind of save that battery. And then you've got the boost, which is going to go hardcore after that dirt, but it's not going to last as long. So again, you can kind of see it with this button here, press between your modes. Powerful cleaning on floors and carpets, so you can go on both. Click in battery pack, so the battery is very easily removed. And then a unique battery power management system, whatever that means, but it's more battery efficient to get you to 120 minutes compared to previous models. Point and shoot hygienic bin emptying, so that's where when you press this, the bin shoots out, so you're not getting that cloud of dust like you do with some of their old models. So that's nice that it's got that projectile emptying. Drop-in docking, like we've got a dock here. Extra tools for a variety of tasks. You can see that they're pretty generous with the attachments that come with it. Easy to maintain, so a lot of this you can just pull out and clean with water. and so that way you're not buying stuff replacements all the time. Powered by the Dyson Hyper-Dynium motor. So that's their new hardcore motor that's, just sucks this up, and that's part of what Dyson's beauty is. They kind of got motors like no others. We're coming from the iRobot Roomba family. We had their robot vacuum, the i7 Plus, great self-emptying robot vacuum. Then I had their little handheld Roomba. I hated the handheld, it sucked. No suction power at all. But their robot vacuum was great, but I just like to have it be more hands-on. And I'm such a freak about having the same brand that I just couldn't have both. So anyway, but I will say that Dyson is coming out. I think they're coming out with a new robot vacuum, which is exciting. They've had two. One was called the 360i, and then they had another one which was available overseas that never made it to the US, but it sounds like their new one's going to be in the US, which is exciting. So we'll be getting one of those and adding that a video on that to the channel. All right, so that's kind of the specs. Let's try it out. All right, here we go. Let's see what this laser is all about. A little light in here right now, but yeah, so it's definitely giving me a little more view of what's going on in front of me. Nice and smooth on this floor, and what I do notice that it's pretty small. I'm sorry, it's pretty quiet. And then you can turn that laser on and off there. But yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, we're going to maybe do a full review of this after I've used it for a while, but right now I'm impressed. But we'll see how it all works out after using it for a while. So that's our unboxing and kind of our initial thoughts on this Dyson bad boy. Again, $899 is a little steep, but we'll see if it's worth it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this unboxing in this video. Smash the like button if you did. Hopefully you enjoy the channel. We appreciate having you here. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified of future videos. And until our next one, peace and love.